So at our go-around a few days ago, I said that I would take questions and then answer them during the BBC. So one person asked a couple of questions. One was about meditating at the hara in the lower body here. I don't know anything about that. That's taught in Zen practice, and I haven't studied that at all. In Theravada and general, Mahayana or the Tibetan way, the Tibetan practice, it's usually at the nostrils, or like Mahasi Sayadaw, how you watch the rise and fall of the abdomen. But I'm really unfamiliar with the Japanese way, so I can't comment on it at all. It's better to ask somebody who is familiar with that. And then the second question was how to deal with chronic pain. And so I thought I would ask all of you how you deal with pain in your meditation, because we've talked about this several times before. And so I want to hear what you have heard and what you do. So, tell me. Yeah.
Well, I can, because what I learned is to watch the momentums, how they change, this pain changes, not all the time the same. And also it can relate to special mental states. Yeah, when you're stressed, when you're tired, it could be even worse, so that you can work on a different level.
Yeah.
So, but I couldn't go deeper because I heard that it's possible actually to release the pain through meditation.
Okay, so let me just repeat what you said. So you were saying that you were taught to watch the pain and watch how it is unstable and how it changes. And then the second part was to watch how the conjunction of the pain with the mental state, and to see sometimes how if you're distressed or if you're angry, the pain is worse. But you said that you heard that pain can go away through meditation. I don't think if we approach meditation with the thought of, I'm going to do this to make my pain go away, I think it may not work. Yeah, because we're going to be trying too hard, and we're going to be sitting there going, okay, pain, go away, I don't like you, get out of here. And that mind itself becomes a hindrance, okay? John Kabat-Zinn, who deals with chronic pain, we may have some of his things in the library. He has people do accommodation of yoga, to relax the body, so to work directly with the body. And then also to do mindfulness meditation, which is, watching the pain and watching how it changes and so on. But, you have to do things for a while for them to work. They're not going to work instantaneously, and especially if we're sitting there wanting a certain result very badly, that becomes an obstacle to having that result. It's like when you sit down and go, well, now I'm going to have a really focused, concentrated meditation. I'm going to do it this time. Then what happens? Yeah? When you sit down with a motivation, to do your best and to try and focus and to dedicate the merit for sentient beings, and you sit down in a relaxed way, then it's much easier to concentrate. Yeah. What else do people do for chronic pain?
I got a square there. Someone told me that somebody left the square as like a not a cushion, because I tried the cushions and I would just fall asleep either from one side.
Okay, so you changed cushions.
Yeah, it's higher.
Yeah.
Even though there's some pain, it's much better.
Yeah, sometimes you can change a cushion or use a bench or something like that. Yeah.
Because one
Yeah.
time I went with the acupuncturist, he said that the first thing is to watch the bread, and once you can watch the bread, then you can. Because I asked him about the the Barochana, the full flow race.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, well, the very first thing is to watch the bread.
Yeah.
And I guess
Okay.
that you get more pliancy. So.
Okay, so not to fret about what your legs are doing, but develop some calmness through watching your breath first. Yeah. And so changing the cushion and these kinds of things, you can do that at the beginning and try, but let me tell you, you will never find the perfect cushion. Never. Okay, so what did you?
Well, I think it's similar to kind of what both you and Venerable Jompa were saying, except for me, I find it really important to know, I guess in Galuga terms you might say set the motivation, but to really understand the mind behind the watching of the pain before I start focusing too much on the pain. Because if I jump right into, say, focusing on the pain with sort of a skewed mind, it can make it worse. So instead I really try to be aware of the way in which I'm turning my mind towards the pain that I'm experiencing, and really trying to do it for a purpose, trying to be aware that I'm trying to sense my pain so that not to get rid of it, but so that I can understand it, so that I can learn to be happy within it. And yeah, just sort of setting, I don't know if I'd say setting the motivation, but I guess that's kind of what it is.
Yeah, you're saying that before watching the pain, it's important to kind of set your motivation or set the stage with your mental attitude, and to go in it not with the idea of I'm going to get rid of this, but I want to understand it, I want to learn to work with it, I want to see what I can learn from watching the pain. Yeah.
Really take it as an object of meditation.
Yeah. And so to take it as an object of meditation instead of an object that we hate. Yeah, and that will definitely change what happens as you observe the pain. Yeah. What else? Yeah.
Mostly what I do is don't have the expectation that I'm not going to have pain. The body is going to have different sensations. And I keep in mind the distinction between the mind and body. So I put my attention more on the mind.
Okay.
If it gets really pulls me away, then I'll look at the pain and watch how it changes and it's impermanent, all that. But mostly I try to keep with the mind and just accepting that these sensations will come.
Okay. So you go into the meditation without an expectation that you're going to be pain-free, and with an attitude that's going to accept whatever pain there is there from whatever cause, whether it's illness or injury or who knows what, but with an attitude to accept the pain. And then it sounds like with some kind of determination, as much as possible, to focus on what's happening with your mind, and on doing the actual meditation that you set out to do, without letting your mind go too much towards the pain. And then, if it's very, very painful, then turn the mind to the pain and watch it. But if you can keep your attention on the meditation that you're setting out to do, then that very often relegates the sensation of the pain to second place. Yeah.
And you told us to look at the story that's happening with the pain. I find that very useful because I realized about 80% of the pain is the story. And I broke down the story and I could see, okay, part of it is me saying I shouldn't feel pain in meditation. And then immediately the reaction is some kind of anger, and then why aren't you push against the pain? Come on, suck it up. Let's go. All that habituation is about 80%. So the moment I could see that, it just calmed down.
Yeah.
And I finally realized, the pain comes from an injury. That's it. So of course
Yeah.
you don't have to freak out.
Okay, so you said that watching the mental reaction to the pain is very, very helpful, and how so much of the pain comes from the story, and part of the story is I shouldn't be experiencing this, or if I am experiencing it, I should be the heroic hero who overcomes it, and you know, I shouldn't be a whip, I should suck it up, and you know, a wimp, I mean. Yeah, I shouldn't be a wimp, and I'm above this pain, and that this whole mental story and so much expectation often just makes the whole experience so much more unpleasant, and that when you just said, oh, the pain comes from an injury, or the pain comes from what's happening in my body, then it's just, okay, that it is what it is. I personally find doing Tonglen extremely helpful, yeah, and that saying to myself, thinking of all the other living beings who have this same pain, most of whom who don't have access to the kind of medical care that I have, or the kind of environment that I have, and then think of taking on their pain, you know, or the pain of things even worse than what I'm experiencing, and then giving them happiness. I find that that's very helpful, because then I feel like, okay, may my experiencing this pain suffice for what they're going through. And then when there's a feeling of there's some purpose for it, then it seems much more manageable, not so distracting.
Well, my 72-year-old body is, I expect pain, you know.
Okay.
So, and I'm very, very averse to pain. And when it's really bad, then I then think, oh, okay, I could be in the hell realms. I think of all the lower realm sufferings.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, then what's the big deal with this?
Right. Yeah.
And then do a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, so you're saying that pain comes naturally with age, so you expect it, you know, and actually pain comes from having a body. Doesn't matter what age you are, it comes from having a body. But you find it very helpful to then say, well, what is the pain like the hell realms like? You know, and this karma could be ripening in the hell realms. And like, how would I deal with the pain in that way? And how do beings born in the hell realms deal with that kind of excruciating pain? And then that puts your own pain into some perspective, where in a way you can almost say, well, I'm getting off light. You know, I created the karma to have pain, and compared to the way pain could manifest, you know, either this life or in the hell realm, what I'm experiencing it's endurable. Yeah.
Make it go away, but
yeah, yeah. You know, but see, that's the thing. You know, when we're expecting our meditation to make the pain go away, you know, that is what acts as a block. What we're trying to do is figure out ways to work with the pain so that it becomes part of our practice. Yeah. And of course we need to take care of ourselves physically. Yeah. But just the fact of having the body means we're going to have pain. And I remember one verse in Shantideva's where it was a situation like, if somebody is beating us, why are we angry at the person who is beating us when we're the ones who took the body that is susceptible to pain? And if we had practiced in previous lives, we wouldn't have taken a body susceptible to pain. So we would, even if people beat us, you know, we wouldn't experience pain, or we wouldn't even have this body at all. We would have either a mental body or, you know, one of the Buddha's bodies, something like that. So instead of being angry at whatever is outside, you know, your germs made me sick, or your beating me hurt me, or, you know, whatever it is on the outside, saying, but I took this body. And so what am I to expect? Yeah? And so then let's make it meaningful in my practice, at least. Mm-hmm.
Before the meditation, so I think have a little exercise, walking fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's good for circulation. The pain usually comes from the circulation.
Mm-hmm.
If your body is qi, the air, right?
The qi, yeah.
The qi
Mm-hmm.
is circulating not so good.
Mm-hmm.
Block. Anytime when you feel hurt, that's cannot, how to say, cannot, that's block, not the,
Flow?
not flow.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that way. So before the meditation, you walk maybe 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or walk fast, make a circulation.
Yeah.
That's helpful. And the other way, so
Mm-hmm.
as you mentioned, every session, about 15 minutes, take a refuge. Right, that's very helpful. When you take a refuge, you think of all the sentient being, right? And why take refuge, right? So when you think of the mother of sentient being, so when you have feeling of compassion, so your circulation will much improve a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's very helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So two things. One is doing very fast walking to get your qi circulating properly. And I know in Chinese temples they often do that in the break time. You know, they have a stupa in the middle of the room or a statue of the Buddha, and you walk very, very fast, you know, to get your qi flowing. So that's one way, right before meditation. And then the other way you're saying is, what did you say? Yeah, to take refuge, you know, and that again just alleviates the pain. And, you know, you feel like, yeah, here's the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and yeah, and especially thinking of the Buddha and the light rays flowing into us and everything like that. Very helpful.
Yeah,
And-
so thank you. It was along the same line.
Uh-huh.
But, and just remembering that there are some individuals born without any sense of pain, and they have to be very careful because they can really hurt themselves. So pain does have a function. I guess to me it's really looking at the pain and what's the level of the pain. And I had a shoulder and I was going with it because I thought, oh, this is part of getting my body ready. But then I could feel, no, there is something ripped in there, and I had to actually stop and take care. And so the other thing I wanted to say was, for me, like even putting my hand here because I'm kind of frightened, I really use my hands, and everybody has that in their hands when you have pain to put that on. And I think too, from my experience, the pain comes from different things, and say the pain of grief, and maybe some people don't acknowledge that, or whatever, you know, different levels of pain, and they stick it in their bodies, and it stays there, and it prevents the flow of the energy, and that's what disease is. I think it's really important to know what your body feels like when it's clear, and I think meditation.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, to know what your body feels like when it's clear. And then, you know, when you are ill or when there's pain, then there might be some physical cause, but there might be some interplay with some mental states as well, you know, and to see if there is, and just to basically learn to relax the mind and to relax the body. Okay, so there's lots of antidotes, yeah, and we need to practice all of them for a period of time. It's, you know, it's like anything else. I think with modern medicine, we're used to, oh, you just take a pill and the pain goes away. Yeah, but of course that comes with all sorts of other things and side effects. Yeah, but meditation isn't going to work exactly like that.